process, I don't want to bore you guys with details, but we've made probably 140,000 city directory entries into the Lyfmap so far, of varying years. I want to have every city directory in here eventually. So Paula, we might put you out of business a little bit on some of this stuff, but that's the goal eventually. If we can keep the site going and get the activity and things, we're going to get there. We'll get everything in. But Kathy, so I met Kathy, and she agreed to key in some information for me, and she's a great person. The neighborhood development.
Neighborhood Development Center.
Yeah, that's where Kathy works. She's going to just tell you a real quick thing about that, and then we'll get into a memory or two.
Great. Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm a Rice Streeter, so don't, and a lot of East Siders in here, but I'm a Rice Streeter, so born and raised in the Rice Street area. And I'm passionate about St. Paul. I'm in love with the city. My 3-4 generations of family have been in the city. But why I was so attracted to Larry's project is that since the mid-'80s, my career has been spent really helping to revitalize commercial corridors in St. Paul. So I've worked at a number of nonprofit organizations focused on commercial revitalization: Rice Street, Payne Avenue, West 7th, Selby Avenue, University Avenue, just about, and y'all remember what it looked like in the 80s. And there's a lot of vacant properties everywhere. So there were a number of nonprofit organizations created to address that gap in our communities. So this project takes my love of St. Paul and my passion for small business and blends it together. And so I have spent a great deal of time data entering in businesses, which was fascinating. So I took them from the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s and plugged in a bunch of addresses, and the memories that just popped up were insane. Like my dad going into the Chatterbox Bar in Selby Avenue and leaving the kids in the car in the parking lot for a great deal of time. And so I started thinking about these memories, and I'm like, I don't know if I can put them on that website because they're all kind of like that. So when I do get all my memories in there, don't be surprised.
I think memories are not necessarily legal precedents. I'm not sure they can arrest your dad or you for that, so don't worry about that. Kathy posted a few memories. She's extremely busy with everyone here. I mean, I would just say take some time, post one. Find a strong memory for you, find that location, post one, and it'll all build from there. I always say start with your childhood, at your childhood home. That's a great spot, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something in the recent memory, maybe loss in the family or gain in the family, something like that. Whatever it is, something that strikes them with you, post up one and see how it goes. Figure out the site. I tried to make it as easy as possible, and we can still make it easier, but give it a shot. So we've got, let's click here, and we're going to go to one of Kathy's entries, which is 36 Maryland. Little entry she made there. Michael and Patricia Moriarty purchased this home. They raised 5 children here: Diana, Kathy, Jolene, Mikey, and Pat. Rumor had it that the house was built on a former cemetery site. I've never been able to prove that theory. All I know is we truly believe that the house was haunted. Not in an evil, creepy way, but you're not alone kind of way. Footsteps, voices, things moving, etc. made life interesting. It does sound very interesting. And so here's kind of the thing, right? She posted a entry with some great information, but it doesn't have to be an Angelo. We can't all do Angelo. Angelo does Angelo, right? But it could be a 1 sentence, it could be a 10 sentences. Everything's a starting point for your memories, right? So don't worry about it. You're not showing off to people. You're creating value for the site and for value of people that know you or people that will discover things about you. So just post as simple as possible. It's just a starting point. Let's go shift to one more. Okay.
If your memory clears up after you posted something, can you go back in and edit it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Everything's editable. I should. We'll jump into that in a little bit. So we have. Actually, let's. Kathy, I want to go back to this one for a second. So Marilyn, Kathy talked about Rice Street. Maybe just throw a little something about Rice Street.
So I grew up in the Rice Street area, as I said, and 3 generations worth of family. And as I was entering a lot of the businesses that were along the Rice Street area in 56 and 67, 54 and 67, all these memories came flooding back to me, and I wanted to pick up the phone and call my mom or my grandma and both had passed away, and it was just shocking to me, and that I can't recall these memories, they're gone. And so it's really important for me to put these on there, so my kids might not be interested now, but I can guarantee you when they're, have kids of their own, which they do, but they're older, they're gonna wanna know what I know. And I'm laying a path for them so that they don't have to do all the digging. They'll be able to find it quickly by going to Lyfmap. So, and the other thing that was really cool though is, I don't care what part of the city it was in, when I put in a business from 1954 and then I did 67, and I already remembered the address, and it had a new name. And it had a new name the next time. So it was just like already, so you've got some history being built in there already from the city directory. So filling in the real life memories is what's gonna make it valuable.
Right. And you guys are necessarily thinking about this right now. I think about probably everything. But 50 years from now, 100 years from now, ancestors of Kathy's, or just people that were interested in something she maybe accomplished in her life or whatever, find her through some weird connection and are interested, they're going to be like, maybe they'll see a video of Kath talking about her locked in the car outside Chatterbox Bar or something like that, which will be really cool for them to hear people's voices. It's like a voice from the past or a voice from the present, whichever it is, but it's part of St. Paul's history that we've captured, so very exciting. Rice Street, let's just go there for one quick second. So we're at Rice Street. I found this I have a ton of photos that I'm throwing on. You guys have seen some of them posted on the Facebook group. We'll go view entire memory, and we see photos. So this is the Rice Street Parade that was every year, and I never got to see one. I remember them. I was an East Sider, you know. You guys are scary. I couldn't go over there. So we had, this was some of the Roseville groups that were in the parade. There was the mayor of Roseville, he happened to be there, and then we have the Clown Club, bunch of guys dressed up in drag apparently. There's the one on top. There's the kids riding safely, hanging out the window. That's the 50s, right? Everybody could do that. And then there's a questionable couple riding in the horse wagon. And you know, I was trying to think, where can I put this photo, right? Where can I put these photos? Where did this take place? This is a commercial photographer shot these photos. And I look over here, and it says bait, right? Well, you go off of Maryland, a couple houses up from Maryland, and right now it's Kathy's bait store. There's been a bait store there since time immemorial. That's how I discovered where these were, and I was able to place them on the map. Just come up and find the pin, and here's the pin right here. I placed the map, and there's, if we can zoom in, there's Kathy's bait right there. That's where the photographer was. So sometimes these things are easier than you think. Sometimes they're difficult. But you place it, typically it's going to be an address, you place it there, or wherever the best place is. And you can move any memory to. This is something we just added to the site. I don't have it. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Oh yeah, let's go with quick one more for Kathy. Let's see, right here. Yep, 1041 Marion. Okay, right there. Now Sheila Wellstone School. Graduation from Washington Senior High School. I never thought I would make it. I have so many memories of this building and the friends I made there. I hope to connect with some of you here. That's kind of the thing, right? So you post your memories of Washington High School or whatever schools you participated in, and Lyfmap will send you notifications. And schools, I think, are going to be great in workplaces and bars and restaurants. You put your memories of those places, or you can just, a place that you always kind of wanted to know more about, you can select those addresses. You can add, let me show you quick how that works. So right here, I can click add to my locations. 1041 Marion, I just click here, okay, and I've added that to my location. So now 1041 Marion, if anybody ever posts at that address from now until forever, I'll get a notification saying, hey, somebody posted there, right? So you can do this for your schools, childhood homes, see who lived there after you or maybe before you, as people post historical references or their life references. So, so I've added that address. Simple as that, click on the button. If we go over here and click under notifications, okay, and we look here, and there, my locations. I've added this to my locations. Notify me when someone adds a memory to one of my locations. 1041 Marion. Anybody post something there, I'll get a notification email so I can check it out. Now, here's some neat things that we've added here. Okay, let's say, for example, if your child at home, which was a school there, but if she put her child at home in there as a selection, I can allow or disallow notifications. If I don't want to get the emails, that's fine. I just click disallow. I can set a date range. So for a school, you can set the range of notifications. I can say, well, I went to that school from 1968, let's say, I'm going to set 68, and then I was there till 71. So I just go down to 71, and I click that. Okay, now I've set that. I will only get notifications for people making memory entries under those years, right? Not anywhere else, not before or after. So it very much, you could get just this kind of information you want, all right? And here's another one for the that would be for schools, workplaces. For your family home, we have this within 400 feet. If you click that, or that's enabled, and you put your child at home in, you'll get notifications in the mail if some neighbors of yours from your child at home start making entries. You'll get a notification. You can check it out, reach out to those people through this website, and you can connect through messaging if you wish, or just observe what they're putting in. You don't have to contact anyone. No one knows you're observing any of the addresses. It doesn't matter. But things that are of interest to you, put in the addresses, and you'll get notifications. So it's a very easy way to be a part of that. So Kathy, thank you for participating. Give it up for Kathy, everybody. She's a workhorse on this thing.
I'm chipping you a penny.
Great question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The film strip,
Thanks, I appreciate it. Get this out of your way.
Yeah, film strip. Oh, yeah, let's the film strip.
I've watched it before, and I
Okay.
just thought tonight, can you click on it on a
Picture?
picture, and will it reference it to a address?
Let's try that. Here's, looks like kind of familiar to people. I clicked on a picture of the cathedral, and here is the address. And here, guys, this indicates a photo or a video or audio stuff is indicated on the side. I know this is a photo, so I click to view the entire memory. And here, this is actually, my sister entered this one. One of the finest examples of Beaux-Arts architecture, the St. Paul Cathedral was designed by Emmanuel Louis Masqueret, completed in 1915. The photo below shows the partially completed building in around 1913, which is really cool because you always see it as completed, but it's very interesting to see what the old early car driving past off of the summit there. So so any photo. This is kind of a neat thing. Is this film strip will only show photos within 50 miles of your location, and that is right here. If I click, you can put in your home, your childhood home, whatever you want. Typically, people will choose their home. So you put in your home address, you click, make this my home location, and now this film strip is going to be centered off of your home. People entering anywhere else outside of that 50-mile area, you won't see any of that. The film strip will only be local things that you can identify with.
I've got to train myself as if I'm at the deli counter. I get on there to put my data in, but I see this, and oh, that's a cool picture. Where's that? No, get over here, Roger. do what you're supposed to be doing. Get your roast beef and get out of here. Don't look
My
like
hypnotizing is working. That's excellent. That's just what I want. I want people to be around for this stuff. This is great. We're going to have a lot more user engagement stuff later on. There will actually be a way of, not in there yet, but you could actually just be on the site and someone else could contact you and you can text or actually live chat with people if you want to. You could be like Montgomery Wards, Monkey Wards, I was there a million years, and talk about with other people if you want to. It's an option. We'll be bringing that down the road, but some interesting stuff.
Can you change
Yes, okay, so
the distance from 50 miles to like 10 miles or maybe 100?
we don't, this is now my home location, so I click OK. Currently, we're set at 50. We haven't set that up. That's a very good point. Any of you who are part of the beta test, I've sent the survey out. If you haven't done the survey, do it by tonight, because then we won't be using them anymore. But we're surveying people. The beta testers, we're getting information. They're going to help us build these things. That's fantastic. If you got my Larry at Lyfmap.com, just pretty easy to remember. Just go ahead and send me that. That would be cool. That's a great idea. We'll probably be able to work something like that in. Angelo. Yeah, John, go for it.
Back to the notifications. There are homes that are no longer in existence,
Right,
and the addresses may not even be in existence.
right.
How would you get a notice about a person making a post on
Okay, so anywhere on the map that, it's a great question. Anywhere on the map that people, the only way you can make a memory is to post a pin there, right? So you either use an address or you place a pin by clicking on that location. So you're gonna click, you're gonna go to your home house location. You're gonna find that spot. Yeah, this is the spot. You're gonna click and put a pin there. You're gonna add a memory of that location. And there was that little box that said add a business name. You're gonna put in the address on there.
Yeah.
So when anyone hovers over that, it'll see that address, right? Or business name or whatever people enter. But then when they click on that, then they will be able to add that as a location. On the notification side, yes, it's the same thing. People will see a pin there. They'll see that that's the address. They click add a memory and add a memory on top of the memories you've added. You're going to get a notification for that, just that way. Yep. That's one of the. Yeah.
Can anybody get on there now, or you have to be part of the?
He's had a lot of trouble getting on the. We're in beta test right now. The first week of June, we're going to go live. I want to make the site as good as I can for people, so there's this little bit of refining and things we want to do, make sure everything works right. I don't want to bring on a site that people can't use, that becomes problematic.
So how's it gonna work? You have to establish a username and a password?
Are you on Facebook or not on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay, so you're going to go to, let's see, this thing here. Yeah, we'll go up top. No, we're going to go log out. And this is the current page that you probably have seen, or other people will see, because we're in beta testing. Only beta testers get in. They come in by coming down here and signing up. So your sign up will be as simple as this, essentially, on the site. You're going to type in your name, full name. We only deal with full names and no fake names. We don't allow, everything about Lyfmap is real. We don't allow fakes. So you'll put, sorry about that. You'll put your name, you'll put your email, contact email, and you'll put a password twice, and you're in. You'll get a notification email, you click on that, and you come back to the site, and you sign in, and you're in. It's as simple as that.
So you have to establish a username and password?
Your name, username, password, that's it. Yeah. Or you can click, which right here,
Facebook.
I can click on Facebook login, boom, it says, are you okay with sharing your email with them? Yes, click OK, you're in. Super easy that way, yes?
All right, I've got two questions at the top, and I'm a beta tester.
Okay.
First question is, did you create this from the ground up, or was this created and you're adapting it?
This came from nothing, this came from
Wow.
empty space, yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's been a challenge.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So
So,
who pays for this?
Well, actually, friends and family have contributed money, plus I contributed money. I was limited. Linda said, you put about enough into this thing for now, which is probably smart. She keeps a little lid on things. But we got enough to survive for a long time, the way we're sitting. So don't worry about that. That's not a...
second question,
Yep.
as a beta tester, now maybe you could change this, but as I recall, you have to put in what's your relationship to this property at the beginning. I lived there, or
Yes, lived there, worked there, visited there, and there's a reason for
If you
that.
change that, because here's an example.
Okay.
I've got a grandfather who built about 20 houses in West 7th.
Okay.
So I'd like to put, the fact he built this house in there. Can you have an other or some other
History.
category?
Well, history would typically be the one, because that's,
History?
yes,
Is there a
history.
history button?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll log in and go to, and you can see these are all entries, right? These are all entries in the city. Every green, every dot is all an entry. So if I click on a pin, and then I click add a memory, and then I could select visited, attended, which would be schools or businesses or whatever. I worked, lived, or historical, which I have quoted as not personal, which it could go either way with you. Everybody makes a decision on one of those four.
I think that's why I question that, because it's personal
Okay.
to me, because he's my grandfather.
Absolutely, and
Okay.
yes, you can post it under anything you want to. I'll show you the reason for doing this. Let's see, I'll give you an example here. Well, we'll get into that. If I don't get into that, remind me. What do we got? Jean Day, come on up. Some people know Jean, yeah, she didn't know anything, talk about ambush. At least Angela had a thought of that. I'm so glad Jean showed up. Jean is another workhorse on the site. She's really kind of taken it to heart. Of course, she is on the Old St. Paul group as well, so you guys probably know her from there. What do we want to talk about? We want to talk about Rex. Jean has been kind of crazy, going crazy on this stuff, and I love it. So we're going to go, let's go, just as a search thing, we'll do this. So there was a carpet manufacturer, flooring manufacturer, by the name of Crex Industries, I think. We'll figure out what that exactly is. CREX, that was off of Front and Maryland, okay? So, and this relates to her family history. So I'm just gonna go in the search box, which I have there for the site search, not the map search, this is the site search, which is, this will be a very valuable thing for everybody. CREX, enter. And there we have anything that's related to Crex. So we have Lonnie G. Kemple worked as an accountant at Crex Carpet, okay? So we have people, some city directory information, people worked at Crex. Okay, now we go to a couple from Jean. Jean posted these, 54 entries, thank you. Thank you. It could be 154 though, right?
It will be.
So this shows how many entries. This isn't her age. I'm sure that would be probably 35.
No, I'd be
But-
happy with that one.
Okay, oh, she's happy with that one, that's cool. Well, I still want you to make more entries, so. This tells how many entries a person's made, so is all that is. So we go to Crex Carpeting, and she posted these two posts. We know there's a photo at each of them. So this kind of relates to the question about now where is, we have, sorry, hang on. We're gonna go to, we can view the entire memory here at the search location. So if I click that, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually go to that location where she posted, because I wanna see more information about that place, right? So what we're gonna do, the way we have it set now is we zoom in extremely to that pin, so you know exactly where that pin is. So we can expand out, and there's Front, off of Kent.
Yep.
And we go, and there's her post, okay? So, now, this is the question about the visited there, lived there, worked there, okay? There's a filter over here. So I can click on filter, I can deselect, now it selects everything. I could deselect visited, I could deselect worked, I could deselect lived. I get rid of all those entries, and I'll only see the historical entries if I so choose to see that. Or I could go like this, maybe I wanna only see the people that worked there, okay? I could do that as a selection. I can also do photos, video, or audio. So if I went to, an example would be the Metrodome, okay? I've got players, I've got coaches, workers, fans, everybody's putting in all their memories of Vikings games or Twins games. I want to just hear from people that work there, or the players, things like that. I just select worked, it refines the memories just to those people. I say, I want to just see photos of the Metrodome, or of fans, or of players. I click on photos, I deselect everything except for photos, I only see photos, right? So that's what it's all about, is refining to just the things you want to see. And that's why we click a specific thing on the, when we're making the entries. If that all made sense, did that make sense to people?
Yes.
I'm talking kind of fast, so I want to keep it shorter. So Jean, let me give this to you, and we'll bring up correct photo. So we click view entire memory, and there's her text, a lot of history, and this is full of Low Blake in the distance, and look at this factory. This is well, she's got the history in here, and Jean, you can speak a little bit about it if you want to. You probably have this. Oh, okay. She's
Oh, no,
passing.
I was trying to, you were talking.
Oh, yeah,
so I
yeah.
was trying to-
Okay, go for it.
No.
She says no. Okay. I'll just give it very short. Crex Carpet, 509 Front Street, from 1898. That was the image. Closed by 1934, was the center of a national home furnishings industry based on wiregrass, a plant that grew wild in the peat bogs of Minnesota and Wisconsin. So crazy, and I this is really cool for me, because it's like I love the local history, and so we have this huge factory that was down south of the lake there, and I'm like, that's nuts. You think about those places. It's like The one in more recent memory for me was Phelan Shopping Center. Some of you guys may have shopped at the old penny store or something, right? You all know that stuff. It's just a wetland now. And it was a kid, had an idea, maybe we should turn this into a wetland. The city did it. It's like kind of weird. But I remember going on the giant slide they used to have there. I slid down that thing on my burlap sack. But it's gone, and anybody who sees it now, it's like, what was there, right? It just, they thought it was like, and just like this. Now this is this great history that she's brought up, and we're able to witness all the stuff. There's people working at the mills, there's product samples, and this is fantastic. There's some shots.
What decade?
My grandma worked there.
30s?
Well,
20s?
it was closed by 1934.
Okay.
But my brother Greg, did the overlay, so there's the map, and then.
You can get those aerial
he-
photographs online
He
and then,
dotted, you know, where the buildings are in comparison. Crex apparently was the largest employer in St. Paul at that time. So, it was like 3,000 people. And, I'm hoping to, now that I know you can add history further, over in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, that's where they tried growing stuff in the bogs and it didn't work, and they grew this grass there. And now it's a sanctuary for the sandhill cranes to stop through, and it's turned into quite a pretty cool place, so. But one of the memories, my aunt, she's 96, she was telling me that when her mother worked there, the grasses were so sharp that her hands were just cut off, so.